it sounds funny that, oh, they say don't get into sex till you get married. And now I want to get married so that I can get into sex, and you're telling me do not get married for sex. How do you even reconcile that? It's common, popular, and keep repeating itself despite the consequences that follow it. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ogechi. If this is your first time seeing me, you are welcome. On this channel, I create videos on relationship, faith, and lifestyle. And today's video is going to be on relationship. And today we'll be talking about wrong reasons why people get married. So marriage is good. In fact, I'm an advocate of that. I believe that the marriage of your dream is very possible. You can have a sweet marriage. But there are certain reasons that if those are the reasons for which you are getting married, then the likelihood of you having a successful and a happy marriage will be very slim, because the reasons for getting in the first place are wrong. What are those reasons? Those are the things I'll be talking to you about today. I'll just be mentioning about 8 of them. There are so many wrong reasons why people get into marriage. But for today, I'm going to be talking about just 8. So let's get right into it. Number 1 reason on my list is marrying to preserve business or family relationship. This is a reason why a lot of people get into marriage. So they have this family relationship that have been there for years, and now the children are grown up and they feel, oh, it would just be nice for our children to get married to themselves so the relationship can continue, and cross into other generations. Well, as nice as that sounds, that should not be a reason why you want to get married to somebody. Make sure that every other thing checks, not just because you want to preserve this family relationship. The same goes for business. You can be a very good business partner with someone, do great business, make all the money, do all the big things, but then that does not necessarily mean that you two can become husband and wife. So don't marry to preserve a business or a family relationship. This relationship can continue thriving even without you having to get into something as serious as a covenant relationship. But marrying that person and it doesn't go right can end up breaking these things that you've built for years. So let's go to number 2. The second one on my list is because everyone is aware of your relationship. So here's the thing, you're in a relationship with a guy or a lady, and for some reason everybody is aware, your parents, your friends, your neighbors, your church members, everybody, your colleagues at work or in school, everybody is aware. That in itself is wrong, but that's a story for another day. But for today, I want to say that it doesn't matter that everybody is aware. The moment you start to see signs why this relationship should end, please, by all means, put an end to it. By all means. Don't say, oh, I'm just going to endure. How is it going to look like? How is this person going to feel? What are people going to say? Well, if you end up in that marriage that will not be good for you, and you start having problems, people are still going to say. If you end up breaking up the marriage, people are still going to say. So why not do it when the consequences are not that heavy? So don't get married because everybody is already aware of your relationship. That's the wrong reason to proceed with a marriage should not be. Okay? Number 3 on my list is getting married because all your sisters and your friends are married. So this one is very common, especially in this part of our culture where it is believed that, oh, in a family, people should get married in order of age, So you are first child, you should get married first as a lady or even as a guy, whichever one. That is not true. That is not correct. It's not supposed to be so because we are not all the same. And so because you still feel that pressure, you are the first or your younger ones are getting married and you're like, oh no, all my sisters are married. You might not even be the first. You could be any position and your siblings are getting married and you feel, I must get married so I'm not going to be left out. That's the wrong reason to get into marriage. Or all your friends are getting married. At some point in my life, all my friends were married. The friends that I had were all single and now all married, not just married for months, but married with kids. But I didn't jump into anybody that came around because I wanted to also join my friends so we all could be married people. If you do that and you end up in a marriage that is not good for you, you are not going to be happy. And guess who is going to bear the brunt? You and you alone. So it's not a good reason to get married. You have your own timing, they have their own timing. Wait for your time and you know, do your best to ensure that when your time comes, you're going to grab it and you're going to enjoy it. Okay, so number 4 is marrying because you feel men are scarce. So this one is both a wrong reason and also a wrong mindset. It's a kind of mindset, you know, and also a reason. So because you feel, oh, men are scarce, the first person that comes to you, just jump on the person like, oh, thank God, somebody finally came, so I'm going. Is a wrong reason to get married. Very wrong. If you enter with that mentality, you are not going to, first of all, you are not even going to pick right, you know, because you are picking based on scarcity mindset. They are not much. Anyone that comes, there's no time to choose. There's no time to start, you know, looking at certain things. It's a wrong reason to get into marriage. Don't get into marriage because you feel men are scarce and I have to do it now or else nobody else will come. That is not true. And if you get into marriage for that reason, you are most likely not going to enjoy it because from the start, your reason is wrong. Good. Number 5. Number 5 is common, popular, and keep repeating itself despite the consequences that follow it. And that is marrying to escape poverty. Marriage is not an escape route for poverty. You can't escape poverty by getting married. The one sure way to escape poverty is by providing value in exchange for money. And guess what? There is nobody that God created empty. There is no useless person that God created. Every human being that God created has a value they can offer. Okay? So look inward, look at something you can do. Can you work? You know, can you provide service? Can you do business? What is it that you can do in exchange for money? And that's where you start to do it, and gradually you build and you grow up, and you can eventually break away from poverty, you know, by also learning other things that you can do. However, getting married because you want to escape from poverty, which of course is going to make you choose based on what the person has, is a very wrong reason to get into marriage. And it is not guaranteed that when you marry this person, they will transfer all their money to you. So don't do that. Number six is getting married because you want to prove a point to your ex. See, when you experience a breakup, as painful as it is, take your time to heal. Take time to heal. If you can take your time to heal, you are going to make better decisions. You are going to do other things with it from a better perspective. But if you don't heal, you're going to do a lot of things out of hurt, out of pain. And one of those things will be getting married immediately, just to show your ex that even though he or she rejected you, that you are so valuable that another person found you worthy, you know, and now you are getting married even before them. And most times, you know that this relationship or marriage you are getting into is not the best for you, but you are doing it just because you want to prove a point. Please and please don't do that. It's the wrong reason to get into marriage. Guess what? You don't want to go from one level of heartbreak and hurt to another one. Take your time to heal. You don't owe anybody any point. Don't try to prove any point to anybody, okay? So let's go to the last one. Oh, number 7. Number 7 is do not get into marriage for sex. So I don't know how to say this. It sounds funny that, oh, they say don't get into sex till you get married. And now I want to get married so that I can get into sex, and you're telling me do not get married for sex. How do you even reconcile that? Okay, so let me break it down. It is true that the only safe sex recommended by God is inside marriage. Okay, so you're supposed to wait until marriage before you have sex. But then, sex alone, marrying because you want to start enjoying sex alone, is not a solid reason to get married. It's not a good reason to get married, because you will get into marriage and realize that there are other things that married people do aside sex. There are other things that make up a successful marriage. Sex is just a very, very tiny part of it. Okay? So let it not be the sole reason why you want to get into marriage, or else in a matter of weeks, you are going to be disappointed, you're going to be frustrated, you're going to be tired. Okay? So don't get into marriage for any of these wrong reasons. Like I said, there are so many of them, but these are the few I just want to bring to you today. And we'll also be talking about right reasons to get into marriage, because if there are wrong reasons, then there are right reasons. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I do hope you got a thing or two. Please consider subscribing. Don't forget to like and share with your friends, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.